Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In our late 20s and early 30s, we often come across this really difficult phase in life which concerns the idea of marriage. So upon that, we are going to discuss something. Why is it okay to marry later in life? We humans, although quite multifaceted in nature, often don't consider the fact that we also extend across another dimension of personality, depth. Almost always, even though unaware, a psyche is looking around at other people, situations, triumphs, and failures to ultimately look inside of our own selves on a subconscious level. We look around, especially other people, with a romantic interest, quite often to realize that we, on some level, are actually lonely. And quite rarely do we realize that in fact we are nothing but social and psychological mirrors. And all we see are infinite images of our own self when we are on a date or talking to a friend for that matter. And quite often, in this dazzling world of reflections, we are struck by a lightning bolt that at times crumbles our very foundation of self-awareness to dust. But if we closely observe, even before the dust and smoke rises, the lightning offers a flash of sharp clarity that allows us to see across the dimension of depth before our ego takes a toll. And as we grow older, we get around the social world, and with every tide of dust and clarity, we build foundations that are stronger, more crystalline, and much truer. The person we are on a date with quite often is also doing the same. They could be on a more solid ground or be completely aghast as they look at us, only to later realize that what they are seeing was nothing but their own image, caught in overlapping emotions. In other words, as social and spiritual beings, we are always helping each other to come closer to self-actualization. But during every tide of dense dust, we have to wait for it to settle to lay our foundations in a better way, mostly all by ourselves. Because it is the foundation for our own sense of self, to understand what and who we need and make room for what we want, make room for growth. This journey, however tedious might it seem, is often a road that is well traveled alone. Because it is often easier to offer and receive scaffolding than to keep crashing into that of one another's, to end up in stagnant and rather suffocating waters. Regardless of our cultures, gender, and sexuality, the construct of healthy marital relationship usually binds us on many levels of existence. On many occasions, we end up being not alone, yet we are perplexed at why do we still feel lonely. Maybe we need a larger pot to enrich our roots or room to express ourselves on a deeper level. We may need more acceptance and to be seen with kinder eyes than we once were. At the same time, we find ourselves unable to put a finger on something, some feeling that is vague and discomforting, or needs that still lie in undiscovered territories of our mind. Often, when we are bound to another, we become oblivious of boundaries. We ask or even blame the other that they are not capable of providing us with something that we ourselves don't know what is. They could be questions like, why do I feel misunderstood? Or why do I feel uncomfortable when it comes to sexual desires, even though sex is something so natural and beautiful? Or why do I feel that something might not work out? Or why the shadow-like feeling that I will be abandoned or not being attended to? Or why do I feel unnerved when they do something really cute and thoughtful? There is no end to these questions because we ourselves didn't give us one thing that could provide us with sufficient answers: time. Even though some things are learned easily or rather only out of relationships, these things can only stand still if we have a sturdy foundation of self-acceptance, love, and respect that we have learned to offer ourselves with awareness and with time. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a lovely day.